Hey YouTube, it's Alexi Giovani and I'm excited as today's video will cover off 3 apps that I use daily that will dramatically improve the way you play the game. These apps are used in combination. Some track collectibles so you're focusing on what you need, and others help you communicate with players in the Animal Crossing community. The one that I use a lot is the Nintendo Online app. This is an unsponsored video and I'm walking you through the apps that I use. Please hit the like button if you enjoy this video and also leave us all a comment on any other apps that you think are cool to use. First one off the rank is Animal Guide. There are a few of these types of apps on the stores. This one in particular though is available on both Android and iOS stores and has both been expanding in features since they started using it over a year ago. It's great if you're just starting out to keep track of things, to do things every day, whether it's collecting resources like stones and fossils, message bottles and furniture in trees. The main thing I use it for is my collectibles, which I use across devices because it has both provision for accounts or just a local guest mode. Using an account means it saves all your data into the cloud. It means you can track all of your Critterpedia, including bugs, fish and sea creatures, and also gives you the insight of which months they're available, what times of day, and also where to find them. And when you do, you can have the sell price. Once you start marking them off as collected, you can then start to filter for a given month whether you're playing in real time or time traveling. Particularly useful if you know someone in a different hemisphere or is willing to time travel for you. Kudos to those of my subscribers who have allowed me in the past to do just that. Looking at you, Jan, Arkwin and Katie and many others, so thank you. The next most used feature for me is the DIY collectible status, where you can keep track of whichever DIYs you've learnt so that you can focus your energies on finding the ones you don't have, and if you don't, where you can get them from. If you ever want to get a listing of all the villagers, this is where you do it. You get so much information about it, from the personality, their birth date, gender, along with the DIYs they give out, as well as their house interior and interior. Recently added was the Paradise Planning section, which allows you to scope out the briefs of all your villagers, and if you haven't already, do check out my His and Hers Design War series where my wife and I compete for best design. What else do we all struggle with? Well, that's knowing which art pieces we've already bought, but more importantly, knowing how to tell the difference from the reals to the fakes. You can see both different art types of paintings or sculptures. You can keep track of all the music you've bought from ABD for KK and know which ones to ask for, since the title is listed in the app. Check out my video on all 12 KK songs which was created before the update and how to ask for the exact songs. On top of this, you can also keep track of which reactions you've learnt and where to get them. There's definitely more to this app and far more to cover in so little time. I've left a link in the app to both stores. This app is free to use, however you can upgrade to premium for a one-time $12.99 Australian. ACFan is another feature-rich app, again providing local account for logged in account to share across devices. The Island tabs lists anyone who's hosting for a range of reasons, whether it be villager crafting, turnips, giveaways, NPCs like Sahara and Kix. It's also visually pleasing, showing avatars for each user along with images to give you context. The Market tab has 2 sections, the For Sale and Discover sections. For Sale lists item for sale, whether it's best offer or a given wishlist trade. The Discover section is more like a marketplace for browsing in a nice little format. This is manageable both for the buyer as well as the seller, where you can manage the store that you want and frequently trade or sell with. You can also keep track of your collected critters, recipes, villages, etc., along with color variants on the items. You can also see what you're looking for in terms of real or fake art. It doesn't stop there from a collectibles point of view, because you can keep track of your reactions as well. AC Fan also does support hosting or joining queues, which I don't cover off in detail. I will cover off how that works with the next app as well. One of the features I like in the app is, along with being able to rate and review people, you can also make friends with people and exchange messages to line up availability for trades or just meet people. That's where I met some of you. The app is available in both stores. On iOS, you can use it for free or remove ads for $7.99 AUD. Animal Crossing New Horizons Exchange, or ACNH Exchange for short, is another community app which focuses and manages queues. Whether you're looking to host a queue to invite others of the app to sell or buy turnips, because either one is selling at a really good price. You can also search for others hosting events like villager crafting, catalog parties, Celeste with showers, Sahara, amongst other things. On this screen, you also get to see how many are in the line before you decide to join, along with the host rating. The other useful feature is the ETA, which gives you a feel for how long you might have to wait before it's your turn to join. You get to see the information about the event before you decide to join. This includes the character and island name, along with the link to their profile to see how well they operate. There's incentive in the app to maintain a great rating. If you decide to host, you can pick an event type that best suits your event and give indication on whether tips are expected or optional. It's also expected to enter a valid dodo code so that you're ready to go when it comes to inviting the next person in your queue. This is a great way to get people to water for you if you're trying to breed flowers. I'll leave a linked video for all my playlist on growing flowers. After you create a queue, you should be able to see your event in the list, which is the exact same view as everyone else that's using the app. One of the other things you can do is lock the queue after a certain number of minutes if you're on a time crunch, or if you want to stop accepting visitors so that you can clear out your queue. Once you're done, you can just stop hosting to clear up the event. Every time you visit an island or finish hosting someone, you get the option to leave a rating of positive, neutral, or negative, along with some comments. You can see what your rating is as a guest or as a host, along with a percentage and number of ratings you've received. The app supports multiple characters or island as long as you spell it out, as you can see on screen. This seems to be a pretty normal thing. Having a good reputation definitely does help, and you can also earn stickers along with a great list of friends over time. As you can see here, I'm hosting my own gyroid party, and when you're ready to invite people, you can also engage with people through the chat feature, which allows you to just chat with people and then let them know your intention. So whether they're ready to fly in or you've invited them with a dodo code, and you choose when you invite them. So you can send the dodo code once you're ready and that everything's clear to go. Once you invite them and send the dodo code, you'll soon enough be greeted with this. So here comes Samikins, I think I've said that right, over to your island, and you can then mark them as confirmed arrival once they land. And that way you can keep track of how long someone's on the island. Now this is where I start using the Nintendo Online app, so it allows chatting a little bit easier, because who wants to type on a keyboard on a Switch? This allows you to have a keyboard once you link your Nook link, but I'll probably do another video in the future as to how to set this up. Once the visit's over and the person decides to leave through the airport, you can then have the option to leave a good or negative rating along with some comments to give other people context. Aside from hosting, you might find yourself joining queues most of the time. So I'm off to a queue for an island that has Dom crafting the ornament tree, and since we're getting close to the front of the queue, let's head to the airport. Pardon the obstacle of my ATM or ABD, which is color matched to my airport, which you might know. If you missed the video, do check out the color options that are available and how to do this. I'll leave a link on screen to that video and in the description below. Once you reach the front of the line, you'll be sent a dodo code, which you get to see by hitting the View Dodo Code button to reveal it to you. I'm sure you're no stranger to this situation when you finally enter the dodo code to be faced with this dreaded interference. This usually happens when someone is still flying in, flying out, or someone's busy talking on the island. At least you can make it clear to the host and others that you're leaving and having trouble so that they can let you know when it's a good time to fly in. More often than not, the host will relay the message to you when you're good to go. Not everyone uses this option, but you can also confirm your arrival if you want to keep track of how long you've been on a given island, and it also exposes the ability to then leave a review once you leave. As you can see, I use the Nintendo Online to make chatting in-game that little bit easier. For how to do this, I might link a future video. It's good etiquette to say at least something so that the host can associate your name to the app to know who is who. Be sure to be as friendly as possible with everyone, whether you're the host or not. On the way out off the island, and usually only after you've left the island, you can mark yourself as departed and leave a message and rating for the host. This also helps the host know when to invite the next person. The app supports stickers as well, so if you earn them or go beyond the free paywall. ACNH Exchange is free for all features. However, if you want to remove the ads, you can upgrade for $4.99 AUD, which also gives you dark mode. Alternatively, you can pay monthly or annually to give you fancy premium options like stickers, increased queue count, as seen on screen. Please like, subscribe, comment and share. You can find the links to all the apps mentioned in the description below, and also any of the videos that were mentioned in this video. This is Alexi Giovani signing off, and until next time, see ya!